Hey guys, welcome back once again. Today I am going to start a new video series on React project development. In this video series, we will develop a to-do application. As you can see here, I have this to-do application. This is the heading for the application. And here some of the task has been listed. The first task, you can see here, this checkbox is checked. That means the task has been done. If you are trying to uncheck this checkbox, it won't allow you because this task has been already completed. In right side, you can see this icon. On click of this icon, you can delete a particular task. So let me click on this. Okay. So as you can see here, the task learn React.js removed successfully. Once you will perform any operation, you will get a notification. Okay. So here you can see this create to-do application. Let me click on this. So you can see this task has been done. Now if I am trying to undo, it won't uncheck. Now let me click on this and delete this too. So I have deleted all the tasks. Now you can see here no to-do left. Okay. So from here I can add a new to-do as well. So let me write learn React hooks. Okay, let me hit enter. So you can see here I got this notification, new task learn React hook added successfully, and my task has been listed here, and this is initially going to be unchecked because if I am creating a task, that means it is not done. Okay, so if I click here once again, it will be checked and I can't do. Okay guys, so this is what application we are going to develop. And if you are a beginner and you want to learn how to build a React project, then this is best idea to get started with to-do application. Okay, so let me show you how our component will look like. So mainly we are going to develop 4 components. First component is called to-do container. So this to-do container will get 3 child components. That is going to be your notification component, to-do list component, and add to-do component. This notification will be responsible for displaying the notification, and this to-do list will be responsible for listing the to-do application, means listing the task. And this add to-do component will be responsible for adding a new task to the to-do list. Okay, and I have provided link into description of this video where you can get this project. First of all, let's create a React app. So for that, let's go to folder directory where you want to create a project and open it in VS Code. So open terminal here and type here create React app and give here your application name. So I will give as React app. Okay, and hit enter. So already I have created this one project, so I am not going to create once again. So you can see here I have this project. Okay, here you can see I have this node modules where the all dependency of this project will be stored, and the public folder, this folder we are not going to touch. Okay, so here only you can see I have only one HTML file. Okay, and next SRC, we are going to do everything with the SRC only, means here only we will create component and we will import it. As you can see here, this git ignore file, so what are the dependency you don't need to upload on git, and this package.json it will create once the you will start npm. So now let's open this folder SRC, and you can see here we have app.css, app.js. Most probably we will be working with the app.js only. So you can see here edit and learn React. So this application is already running on browser. So let me show you. So you can see here. So from here, let me remove all this boilerplate code. Okay. So now you will not get anything in browser. Now let me give a heading here. So h1 and call it as React app. Okay, so you can see here I have this heading right now. Now let's make it align to the center. So I need to write here align equal to center. Okay, now save it and have a look. So you can see here this heading is in center. Now let's discuss the component structure, what we have discussed in last video as well. So this is what we are going to develop component. So first of all, we will create this to do container component, and we will create notification, to do list, and add to do components. Okay, so in this video we are going to create two components, to do container and to do list. Okay, so this container we will create folder container, and we will create there this component, and we will create another one folder component, there we will create this to do list component. Okay, so let's come to the VS Code, and here on src just create, do right click and select new folder and write here container. So containers. Okay, now inside the containers I will create a folder and call it as to do container, and inside this I will create one file index.js. Okay, so let's import React from React, and next create a functional component. So to do container and return here one div. So div. Okay, and now let's call it as, here we can say to do container. Okay, so to do container. Now save it, and here I need to export this one. So export default to do container. Okay, now let's come to the app.js and import this to do container, this component. So write here to do container, and you can see here I have selected this symbol, so it will give me the auto import option. Let me hit enter. It's not got auto imported, so once again I need to import from here. So import to do container from, and I need to go to container. Here I can have to do container. Okay, I think it have to be here only. Let's save it and have a look. Now you can see here I am getting this to do container, means we have imported our component here successfully. Now let's create a folder called component. So here components. Okay, inside this we need one component to print to do list. So let's call it as here to do list, and inside this let's create a file index.js, import React from React. Okay, and now make it as a functional component. So const, called it as to do. Okay, and now here we are going to return a div. So called it as div, and we can write here so to do component. Okay, we need to export this one here. So export default to do, and let's import this to do in container. So let's call it as here to do. Okay, and you can see here I am getting this option auto import. Let's hit enter. It's got auto imported, and let's come to the UI. So you can see here we have to do component. So we have imported that component right now. So let's give a style here and make margin 20 from all side. Okay, so it have to be in double curly bracket. Okay, let's close it here. Okay, now we are done. So Control A, and from doing the right click, you can see here format selection, it will reformat your code. Okay, now what we will do, we will give a heading here. So let's remove this heading and H4, and we will call it as to do application. Okay, so let's have a look here. So you can see here I have this to do application. I wanted to make in center, so right here a style, and I can, or otherwise I can go with align. So align equal to center, that's it. Okay, now you can see this is in center. Now in order to print the to do list, I will have a object where I will have the list of the to dos. So we need to create a object. Okay, so let's create that object. And what are the field contents to the list? So the first one will be the ID, second is the title, and third is whether the work has been done or not. Okay, so now let's create here one constant variable, or call it as to do list. Okay, and this is going to be array of to dos. Okay, so to dos got property ID, and another one is, so I can write title. Okay, and let's call it as learn react, and third property will be whether the task has been done or not. So let's call it as done. So make it as a false, or make it as a true for this one. Okay, the next value I need to write here, so separated by comma, and I can copy this same object and paste it here, and ID will be 2, and I can write here create a to do application. Okay, and this is not done, so I can make it as a false. So as you can see here, I have this object to do list, which is a array of object, and object is denoting to the to do. Now what I can do, I can map through it and I can load. So let's comment this one as of now, and here I can write here map, or here to do list dot map, and this map is going to give me a single to do. So what can I do? To do, and I will pass this to do to our component. So which component? To do component, which is going to responsible for displaying the to dos. So I can directly write here to do, and now let me save it and have a look on UI. Okay, so you can see here I am getting this to do component 2 times. Why? Because here we are having 2 data. Let's comment this both data. Okay, so you can see I am not getting a single time as well. So based on the data it will render that time. So I will pass a single to do as a props here. So let's call it as to do, and pass this to do value, means single to do I am passing. So I can write here to do. Okay, and now I am passing this to do, single to do, to this component. Let's go to this component here, and here I can write here props. Okay, and let's do console log to this props. So props, save it, and let's come to UI, do right click and go to inspect mode, and from inspect mode let's select console from here. Okay, so you can see here I am getting these 2 objects. Let's open first object. So here I have one property called to do, and this is object what I am passing, I am getting here. Okay, so you can see here this to do, so this is matching to this one. Okay, so if I am writing here, let's call it as to do's. Okay, so you can see here I will be getting this as a to do's. So this is the single to do, so I am passing to do. Okay, so now these props have this property called to do. Let's save it, and I am printing this to do. Now what I can do, instead of writing like this, I can destructure here itself. So in destructure, I can write here curly bracket and I can write here to do directly. Okay, so it will automatically retrieve the to do value from the object. So you can see I am getting the same result. Now we have object here which got this property. So ID, title and done. So we have to render. So first what we will render here, we will render title. So let's do it first. So I can write here in curly bracket to do dot title, and let's have a look. So you can see here on UI we are getting this learn React create a to do application. We have started getting this. Okay, now wrap this one in a span. Okay, now what we can do here, we need a checkbox. So we can write here input type equal to checkbox. Okay, so checkbox, and let's have a look. So we are getting checkbox or not. So you can see here we have one checkbox. Okay, right now. So what we want to do right now, the below one we will have a lining. So that is, let's call this HR horizontal line. So it will give you a horizontal line, as you can see here, right? Now what we can do here, we will give some space to this one. So let's do it here. So I can write here a style, and now I can give margin equal to from top and down 0 pixel and from left and right 10 pixel. Okay, let's save it and have a look. So now there will be little bit space, as you can see here. Okay, the next thing what I wanted to do here, so we need here delete button, right? Let's create here in a span, right, capital X here and save it. So you can see here we have this capital X. We need to make this X in right side. So let's write the styling for this. So a style double curly bracket, and we need to write here. So first position equal to, so I can write fixed. Okay, and the next property I can write here is right equal to 20. Okay, so it will add 20 pixel. So now you can see this came here. Okay, now what I wanted to do, I want to give some padding. So I can call it as padding, and from top and down I will give 0, and from left and right I will give 10 pixel. Okay, so you can see here now it's moved little bit this side. And the next what I will do, on point of this you can see the cursor is being like this. So I will change to the pointer. So I can write here cursor equal to pointer. Okay, so now once you will hover over on this, so it will start pointing. Now let's make it bold little bit. So we can call font weight and give it as 600. Okay, and have a look here. So you can see it's become little bit bolder right now. Okay, now let's break the line so it will look better. Okay, so we have this one. We need to mark as a true here. So for that what I can do here, I can pass property. So let me write here check. So for the input box we have this property checked, and we can pass this value as a true or false. So let me pass here true. So you can see here now both the checkbox is selected. Why? Because this is true. And now let's make it as a false. So you can see both the checkbox are unselected. Okay, now what we can do here, So we have property and this property here done, and we will get into to do dot done. So what we can write here? So to do dot done, and save it and have a look. So for the first one, this property is true, that's why we are getting this checked here, and second one, the property is false, that's why we are getting unchecked. Okay guys, so in this video we have created this to do container. Okay, let me remove this code, and we have one list, to do list, and I have two objects here, means I can set two tasks, and I am mapping through this and I am printing here. And this to do component is going to check this check to do dot done property. Based on that, it will make this check as a checked or unchecked, and here I will print the title, and this is going for the delete icon. Okay, the HR will be this line, horizontal line. Okay guys, in this video we will create a component that is called add to do, which will be the responsible for add a new to do. So let's get started and create a component called add to do. So let's navigate to the components folder and create a new folder here, add to do. Okay, inside this just create a file index.js. okay, import React from React, and now make it as a functional component. So const add to do, and from here let's return a div. So div. Okay, and now let's write something. So add to do component, and let's export this one. So export default add to do. Now let's import this file into the container. So let's come to the container and import it here. So add to do. So as you can see here, I got this auto import option. Let me hit. So it's got auto imported, and save it, and let's come to the UI. So you can see here add to do component imported here. Now in order to add a new to do, I need a text box and a button. So let's design that component here. So inside this div, let me write here form tag first, and inside this form I need input. So type is text and placeholder. So I can write it here, enter something here. Okay, the next I need a button, so I can write here input and type is submit. Okay, I don't need value, so it will be automatically take the value as a submit. So now let's have a look here. So you can see here I have this button. Now let's add some style to make this component below. So here inside this div I can write a style, and here I can call, so add to do a style. Okay, so this variable is not defined right now, so let me define. So call it as const, and here first of all I will define position, and position equal to fixed, and next property I can define here the bottom. So let's give it at 10 and have a look here. So you can see here this component is shifted below. Now let's add some more properties. So display block, and next one is width equal to 100 pixel. So now let's come to this component input, and here I write a style and define width. So width make it as a 90%. So 90%. Let's save it and have a look. So you can see this input have taken this much of width. Now I need to give some padding. So padding, and let's define as a 10 pixel. So now you can see it's looking better from the previous one. Okay, so there is a space between this enter and the border. Okay, now let's do the same thing for the button as well. So copy this style and paste it here. Width equal to 80 pixel. Okay, and padding is 10 only. Yeah, so now you can see here I have this submit. Okay, and enter to do here. So now if I am entering something and click here, you can see the form is getting submitted. So if without enter something I am hitting enter, so it's got submitted. So I don't have to do that. So let me write here one more property. So required, and now it will not get submitted without a text here. So if now I am trying, it will ask me to fill something. So if I wrote something and hit enter, so it's got submitted right now. Now here, in order to get this value, we need to manage a state. So here let's import use state hook. So use state, and now let's create a variable called title set title equal to use state. Okay, and give some value. So let's call it as learn react. Okay, let's bind this state to the our input box. So here I can write value equal to and define this title. So you can see here now I have this text, but I am not able to make any changes. So for that we need to handle another one property called onChange. So let's define that onChange, and this is going to take a event. Okay, and here we can write set title target e.target.value. So whatever the present value, it will set to the title. Now let's save it and have a look here. So you can see now I can edit this one too. So on form submit I wanted to get this value. So let's define a function here on submit. Okay, and define a function here called handle submit. So this function doesn't exist right now. So let's create a function on submit. So this function will take a event. Okay, and now I can write e.prevent default. So what this line will do, so now let me show you. If I am writing something and hit enter, the form will not get submitted. So previously it was getting submitted. So now I can write here alert, and I can print the value of title. So you can see I have this value learn react, and if I hit enter I am getting this value. Okay, so make it this value as a empty. Now you can see I don't have any text. If I enter something here and hit enter, I am getting that value. Means I have value in title. Now on the form submission we are getting this title value, right? So here we need to make an object similar to this one. So let's copy this object structure and paste it here. Okay, and call it as new to do. Okay, and paste this object. So ID we will generate. So let's use here math dot random, so which will generate the random ID, and this title value is we have in title state. So let's paste it, and initially the done value will be false. Okay, now let's save it and do console log to new to do. Okay, save it and have a look here. So go to inspect mode, console. So let me hit enter here. So react. So you can see here I have some ID and title as a react and done equal to false. Okay, so this is looking like this component only. So now we are having this one, but you might have noticed that after hitting enter as well I have this value here. So we need to make empty here. So I can write here after this line set title equal to empty. Okay, once you submit the form, it will be empty. So let me write something. So you can see this value is not here, but I am getting this value here. So now we need to make a call to the parent function. So let's come here, okay, and pass a function from here. So let's call it as add to do, okay, and handle add to do. So now this function doesn't exist, so let's create here. So const to do, and this function is going to take a parameter that is going to be new to do. So let's call it as new to do, okay, and inside this one I can print the value. So let's call it as new to do, okay, save it. Now we have created this function handle to do. So we are passing as a add to do. So let's copy this and here destructure and paste it here, and let's call it as here. So add to do, and this is going to take a parameter that is going to be your new to do. So pass new to do. Let's save it and have a look on UI. So let me write here React. So you can see here I am getting this from the component right now, container component right now. So what the value is coming to here, now we need to add value to this one. So for that we need to manage a state. So let's create a state. So const to do and set to do, okay, and here use state, and the initial value I can define this to do list, okay. Now let's import use state. So here use state, okay, save it. So we have this one, and now we need to copy this to do, and we need to replace to do list by this variable, okay, save it. So now we have all the to do value here. So what we can do here, we need to add a to do to this one. So now we have the older value here and the new value here. So let's create a variable here, called it as new to do list equal to, and in square bracket let's spread the old to do's. So to do's, comma, and write here new to do as well, okay, and let me print this new value, okay. So let me write something here React. So you can see here I have this 3 element inside this. So 1, 2, and you can see here I have this third element added successfully. So now instead of printing only, I can set to the new to do. So let me do that. So I can write here set to do, okay. So now I am changing the state. So let's save it and have a look. So let me write something, add some additional features, and hit enter. So you can see here it's got added here, okay. So let me explain you what I am doing. In add to do component I have this form, and inside the form I have this input box and submit, okay. So here I wrote this value equal to title. So title is a state which initially empty, okay. On change I am setting the value. So on click of form submit event, I am handling the submit and calling the parent function, okay. So add to do, and I am passing the value, the new to do, as a props here. As you can see here I have this function handle add to do, and here I am spreading the old value, okay, and I am adding the new one as well. And once again I will store into a variable, and finally I am assigning this new to do list to the set to do, okay, and it will re-render once again, okay guys. Here as you can see we have already designed our removal icon of the to do's for each to do's. So let's handle click event of this icon. So now let's come to the VS Code and to do list, and here you can see your icon. Now let's handle here on click event. So on click, and here I can take a arrow function and I can do here console.log and log something. So clicked. Save it and come to the UI, inspect mode, and select here console. So as you can see here, after clicking on this, I got this one clicked, and once I click on this one, I got two clicked. Okay. Now we are handling the click event. So in order to remove a to do from the list, I need to have a ID. Okay. So you can see here I have this to do. So to do.id will give me ID of the particular to do. So instead of printing clicked, I can write to do.id. Save it. Okay. And have a look on UI. So once I click here, I got this ID as a 2, and for this one I got 1, and let me add a new to do here. So new to do and hit enter and click on this one. So you can see here I got ID of this new to do. Okay. Now we need to have a function which is going to remove the to do, and then that function will be in to do container, right? So from here we can pass another one props called remove to do. Okay, and we need to pass a function, so call it as handle remove to do. Okay, so this function doesn't exist right now, so let's create this function. Okay, and this is going to take a parameter, that is going to be your ID, and here now let's do console log to ID. Okay, so now I am passing this function as a props here, remove to do. So here I will get this function as a remove to do. Okay, now on click of this I wanted to call this function, so I can write here in curly bracket this function. Okay, and I am passing this to do.id, means ID of the to do. So let's save it and come to the UI and click on this. So you can see here I got 2, and this 2 is getting printed from container, right? This line is printing. Now I have ID of the to do's which just before clicked for removal. So now I will get first this to do. So I can write to do's dot, and here I can go with filter. Okay, so filter is a method which will return true or false. If it's true, it will return the particular object. If it's false, it will not return. So this filter is going to give me a single to do, so I will call it as to do, and here I can match with the ID. So to do dot ID equal to this ID. That means this condition is going to be true only once. So let me store here into new to do list. Okay, so new to do list, and print this one. Instead of printing this one ID, so I will print this value. Okay, let's save it and have a look here. So on click of this, you can see here I have this array. So I am getting this 1, means the ID was 1, so I got that one only. But I want to remove this one and I want to get others. So I can write here not. Okay, now save it and have a look here. So on click of this second, I might have got here first. Okay, let me another one new to do here. So new to do. Now I have 3 here. Once I click on this one, I will get others 2. So 1 and 2, as you can see here ID. So now I am able to remove the particular to do which is clicked just before. So instead of printing, I can set to the to do. So set to do's, and let's have a look. right now. So now let's add some new to dos. So call it a new to do. Okay, and click on this. So you can see this has been removed. Click on this one, this has been removed as well, and click on this one, so it has been removed. Okay, I don't have any to do right now. Okay, so let's add a new one. So new to do. You can see I got a new one here. Okay, now we are removing to do successfully. Okay, now let me show you something. So on click of this, you can see I don't have any to do, so I need to get a message you don't have to do left or something like that. So for that, what I need to do here, I need to write to do, okay, dot length is greater than 0, then only render this component. Okay, otherwise, so let's come here and write here something. So no to do left. Okay, and now save it and have a look on UI. So here I have two to do. Let's delete both, and you can see here I am getting no to do left. That means once the length of the to do is 0, else condition will satisfy and this one will print. So instead of printing a string, I can write here paragraph, okay, and paste it inside, and I will make a line into center. Save it and have a look right now. So let me click this one and click. So no to do left. Okay, as you can see here, we have designed already this checkbox, but on clicking of this, it's not responding. So let's handle on change functionality. So for that, let's come to the VS Code and go to component, to do list, and here index. So you can see here we are loading this checkbox, and now we need to handle on change event. So we can write here on change, okay, and inside curly bracket I can write function, and here I can call a function. So let's here do console log, okay, and let's console log to id. So to do dot id. Let's save it and come to the UI, inspect mode here, and click on console. So on click of this, you can see I am getting ID of the particular to do. So now what I have to do, I need to make a call to parent function by passing this ID. Okay, so now let's come to the to do container, which is the parent component for the to do. So now let's pass a function from here. Let's call it as handle change. So handle, or let's break the line here, change. Okay, and now we need to define a function. So handle checkbox change. Okay, so this function doesn't exist right now, so let's define here, and this is going to take a parameter, so that is called id, and let's do console log here. Okay, this id, save it, and now we will be getting this function as a handle change in to do component. So let's copy this one and let's go to this to do component, and here I will get this function. Now on click of this, I don't want to do console log, so let's call this function and pass this value as a id as a parameter. Okay, let's save it and have a look right now. So let's click here. So you can see I am getting id, and this id is getting printed from parent component, that means to do container. Now let's, here we need to write a logic to change the to do list. Let's create a variable const new to do list. Okay, and here we need to modify the object itself, so we can go with map, and this map will give me a single to do. Okay, and here in curly bracket I can write a condition if to do dot id equal to this id. Okay, so I am trying to match. If it's matches, okay, so return me. Okay, I am going to return object. So that object is going to be to do itself. So to do comma, and I am going to modify the value of done. So what can I write? So done colon to do dot done. So this is going to give me the value of to do dot done, and I can do here reverse. Okay, that means if value was true before, it will return me false. If value was false before, it will return me true. Okay, now let's come, and for others, if the condition is not satisfied, return that to do. Okay, means once condition is got satisfied here, I will modify the object. I will change the value of to do and I will return back. And if ID is not matching, return the object as it is. Okay, now let's print this new to do's here. So new to do list, save it, and let's have a look on UI. So let me click on this. So you can see here I got this two value, and here as you can see I have this value as a true right now, done value, but you can see here it's false. So now what I have to do, instead of printing, I can write here set to do's. That means I am changing the state. Now let's have a look here. So let me click on this. So you can see here it's got removed successfully. On click of this, it's got checked successfully. Here also it's working fine. Alright, but right now we don't want to work like this. Right, if some task which is already has been done, so you cannot uncheck. Right, that is what we wanted. As you can see here, I have this function handle change. Once the change is happening to the checkbox, it's getting called. Okay, so now instead of calling every time, we will check the value of done. If value is already true, don't call this function. Okay, if not true, then call. So here I can define a function. So let's call it as handle checkbox change. Okay, and now let's call this function here. Okay, and let's copy this function and paste it inside. Okay, save it, and let's come to the UI and click here. So you can see this is getting unchecked and this is getting checked. Right, so now what I can write, I need to write here if to do dot done, if this condition is true, so return here null. That means it will not go to line number 8. Okay, it will return from the, it will stop from the line number 7 itself. Now let's save it and come here and check. So you can see I cannot undo this one. Now once I click on this one, it's working because you can see it's got checked. Let me add a new task. So new task, and this is the unchecked. Once I click on this one, it's got checked. Okay, so this is what functionality we wanted. Now let's handle the styling. This task has been completed successfully, so I need to give a cross line. So let's come to this title and I can write here a style. Okay, and now I can write here text decoration. Okay, and here property I can pass here line through. Okay, now save it and have a look on UI. So it's rendering to all. Based on the condition, I can apply this style. So I can write here to do dot done and ternary operator. If to do done is true, then only return this one, otherwise return null. Save it and have a look on UI. As you can see here, this task has been done on based of the property we are rendering our styles. Okay, this task is yet to be done, that's why it's getting null value in a style here. Let's click on this, so you can see now it's also been completed and a style is getting applied here. So let me add a new task here. So new task, and let me delete the middle one. So you can see that has been deleted. So on click of this, you can see the style has been applied here and you cannot undo this one. Okay guys. So first of all, let's have a look on component structure. So as you can see here, we have designed these components, to do list and add to do. Now it's time to design this notification component. Let's come to the VS Code and go to the components folder, and from here click new folder and call it as notification. Okay, and here inside this create a file index.js and make it as a functional component. So import React from React and const notification and return a div from here. Okay, and mention here notification component. Okay, now let's come out of this and export this component. So export default notification. Now we have created this component, so let's come to the container and import this component. So here after the title, let's import so notification. As you can see here, I am getting these options auto import, so I have imported, and now let's have a look on browser. So you can see here I am getting this text. Now it's time to design notification component. So let's give some styling. So call it a style, and here we can give a style. Let's give padding first. So padding 10 and border 1 pixel green solid. Okay, now let's give margin bottom so 15, and here call it as background color. So let's give it as green as of now. So going further we will change it. So now let's come here and have a look. So it's looking good. Now let's give some border radius. So border radius and give 2 pixel. Okay, and change the color of background here. So do right click here, go to inspect. As you can see here, I am able to see this one. If you are not, so select this option from here and point to this component and click here on this green. So it will open the color, and from here you can select a color and you can match at a time. So I think this color is, yeah, this is looking good. So copy this color code from here and paste it here instead of this green. Okay, now save it. As you can see here, I am getting this color. Okay, now instead of writing a styling here, what I can do, I can create a object here. So let's call it as notification a style, and inside this I can paste it. So let's copy this style and paste it here. Okay, now we have to bind this object to a style. As you can see, we are getting the same thing. Now as you can see here, this notification component we have designed successfully. Now we have to manage a state inside the notification component. So let's come to the notification and here create a state. So called it as open and set open and use state hook for the creating state, and this is going to be a boolean value. So let's call it as true, save it, and we haven't imported this, so let's import here. Okay, save it. So now what we are going to do here, as of now we are directly rendering, but we are going to render this component based on the condition. So I can mention here one condition: if this open value is true, okay, so render here, return something different, call it as notification. Okay, now save it and let's come here. As you can see here, we are not getting our design component. Instead of that, I am getting here notification text only. So if I am making this value as a false, okay, so this condition is getting false. Now it will return this component. So let me show you. As you can see here, so what we wanted to do actually here, once this condition is true, we are displaying this component. So here we need to make not. Okay, so now this condition is false, so we are going to display this notification. Okay, as you can see here, and once this condition is true, we are going to display our notification component. Okay, but what we are going to do here, instead of doing returning notification from here, we will return null. That means we are not going to display anything. That means we are hiding. So as of now, you might have understood that how we are going to render this component based on this condition. Okay, so now it's time to think how we will trigger this state value from the other component. Okay, so for that we are going to use a concept called event emitter. So actually, what is this event emitter? Once the any action trigger, we can call to the listener, and this listener is going to be inside notification component. Okay, and here we have to pass a event type, so that event type have to match with this emitter. Okay, and it will come with the one data. So here emitter have two parameters. First is the event type and the second is the data. So you can pass a data, and that data can be received by this callback function, second parameter of the listener. So as you can see here, this instance has been created only once, and this emitter is sharing here and here. Okay, so we are going to do same thing. So for that we need to install a package. So let's come to the terminal. You need to install this package. So already I have installed. So you can get this package in description of this video. So now we have to import here. So import event emitter from FB emitter. Okay, and from here we are going to create an instance first. So let's call it as emitter, okay, equal to new event emitter. So here we have to export this file because we will be using in other files as well. And now here we need to define a listener. So emitter dot add listener, and it is going to take a two parameter as you have seen here. So the first parameter is going to be your event type, and second is the callback function. So now let's define this, call it as so notification. Okay, and second parameter is callback function. So here let's get the message whatever we are getting, and here let's do console log. Okay, so MSG. So now let's come to the add to do. Okay, and here we are submitting the form. As you can see, we are calling the parent function. From here we need to call this add listener. So for that we need to emit a event. So first of all, let's import the emitter from there. So import emitter from, go to the notification component. Okay, so now we are have this emitter, and here after calling we can write emitter dot, and it is going to emit a event, and here the event type should match. So this is the event type, notification. So we can pass here same thing, and from here we can pass a message. Okay, so message, what we wanted to show. So in double quote we can write new to do added successfully. Okay, so now what will happen here, that once this function is getting triggered, it will call this emitter. Okay, once this emitter will execute, this function will get invoked automatically, and here it will print the message. So now let's come to the UI, go to the console and add a new to do. So as you can see here, I got this message, new to do added successfully. Okay, so we don't want to print this one. So instead of doing this, what we can do, we can set open value as a true. Okay, so now let's have a look here. So once we are adding here new to do, so I got this notification. Okay, so notification component. So now what we have to do, we have to show the message. So we are getting message in message MSG. So let's maintain a state for message as well. So const message set message, and pass this value as a empty right now, and from here we will set this message here. So set message, and whatever the value I am getting, I am setting. Now here we will display, instead of displaying this notification component, we will display our message. So in a span tag I can write message and close it. Okay, now let's have a look here. So add a new to do. As you can see here, I got this message, new to do added successfully. Okay, so but this is not getting closed. It have to get closed automatically after few seconds. So for that, let's write a function in notification component only. So here let's define a function called reset. Okay, and this function is going to set this value, open value, as a false. So set open equal to false. Now we have to handle auto close after timeout. So let's define one more function, const. So called it as auto hide. So auto hide after timeout. Okay, and what this function will do, here I can write set timeout, and this is going to take a callback function. Okay, and here I can call this function. So reset function I am calling here, and the second parameter is going to take time. So let's define here 5000 millisecond, that means 5 seconds. So now we have to call this function. So let's call this function after this line. Okay, now save it and have a look here. So let me add a new to do. So new to do and hit enter. As you can see here, after 5 seconds the notification has been gone. Okay, so what is happening here, once we are clicking on add, this function is getting called and this message is getting set and this value is true. So basically this reset will call after 5 seconds and this will set value as a false here. Okay, now let's format this code first. So now as you can see here, we are handling for the add. So same thing we have to do for the delete as well. So now let's come to the to-do list, and here on delete we can write the same code. So let's import here emitter. So emitter from notification, and here on delete, right? So where is on delete? So we have here remove to do we are calling. So after this line we can call here itself. So let's write it here. So emitter dot event, and the event name is going to be notification only, and here we can pass our message. So we can write here, let's pass the to do name here. So let's call it as to do dot title is removed. To do dot title is removed successfully. Okay, so here I need to give a double quote so we can make here some difference. Now have a look here. So on click of this, as you can see, create a to do application is removed successfully. Okay, so let me click on this. So learn React is removed successfully. Okay, so now we are getting this message here as well. Now let's copy this line. We have to handle the checkbox event as well, and on click of this, here we can pass. So this task is completed successfully. Now let's come there and have a look. So on click of this, create a to do application is completed successfully. Okay, so I can write here task is completed successfully, and the same thing here. So task is removed successfully. Okay guys, so we are able to, so now let me add a task. So new to do, as you can see here, new to do added successfully. I got this message, and now let me click on this. So I got this new message that has removed successfully, and on click of this I am getting create a new to do task is completed successfully. So as of now we have designed the notification component, and we are showing the notification on click of every action. Now let's remove this console, what we are getting from here, and this error as well. So this is getting, we are getting from to do list. So let's go there, to do list. As you can see here we have this line. So let's remove this line, we don't need. Okay, now so it's asking for the key. So here we are using map, right, in container. So here they are asking for key, so we can write here key. Okay, and for that I can pass here to do. Okay, or to do.id, because to do.id had to be unique, so it's fine. So now as you can see here I am getting this logo is defined but never used. So let's remove the logo from the app.js. So remove this one. Okay, now I think we are good to go. So in this video I will show you how to deploy this to do application on GitHub. So let's get started. Now let's go to the GitHub. Okay, type github.com, and now if you don't have GitHub account, please create a new account. Okay, and here we are going to create a new repository. In that repository we are going to keep to do application files. So click here new and create a new repository, and let's call it as my to do app. Okay, and hit enter. So it will create a repository for you, as you can see here. Okay, let's copy this one. The next thing, your machine should have Git installed. If you are using MacBook, you don't need to worry because Git will be already there. For Windows user, please download Git and install it. For that you need to go to this website, okay, and you can find this link in description of this video. Okay, now let's come to the VS Code here. Okay, now you need to install a new package to your to-do application, that is called GHPage. So npm install GHPage. Okay, once again you can get this package in description of this video. Now hit enter. So already I have done that, so I am not going to install once again. Now in order to deploy our application on GitHub, we need to make modification in package.json. So let's go to this file, and here we need to add a new property called homepage. Okay, so we are going to add here homepage. Okay, and the value to this one is going to be HTTPS and our GitHub account name, GitHub ID we can say. So what is the GitHub ID I have? So Vikas62081. So I need to give it there. So I can write here Vikas62081 dot github.io. Okay, / I need to give repository name. So what is the repository name of mine? So I have created this repository, my to-do app. So let's copy this one and paste it here. Okay, and here we need to add comma. So now how we have formed this one? This is going to be our GitHub ID and github.io, and / this is going to be our repository name. Okay, so now we need to modify here in script file, because we are going to deploy this application. For that we need to write here deploy. Okay, and the value is going to be GHPage. Okay, and directory is going to be your build. So I am defining that, so it have to deploy this build file. Okay, this is the folder location. Now before deploying we are going to create a build. So for that we need to write here pre deploy. Okay, and here what I am going to do, I need to write here npm run build. Okay, so in double quote I need to write. So what is the meaning of this? So before deploying means if I am trying to deploy, what it will do, it will create a build. Okay, I will get a build folder, it will deploy that folder to the GitHub. Okay, so let me repeat once again. I added the new property here called homepage and this URL. So this is going to be your GitHub ID dot github.io, and this is going to be your repository name, that is called a repo as well. The next thing, we have modified script. So here we added pre-deploy and deploy. Okay, so now let's save it. And now it's time to push our code on GitHub. Okay, so for that I need to write here git init. Okay, this command will work once Git is installed in your system. So this file will create a Git on my system. Okay, so now you can see here I am getting this, okay, untracked and all those. So what I have to do, I need to push this. So git add and dot, that means I am trying to add all the files. Okay, and now git commit and let's give message deployment. Okay, save it. Okay, now we need to push. So git push, what we are getting? So git remote add. So we need to write this one. So let's write git remote add origin, okay, and we need to copy this link, okay, and paste it here. Hit enter. We are done. And now git push, okay. So once again copy this link and paste it and hit enter, okay. So this, what this command will do, it will push our all the code to the GitHub, okay, and now it has done. So now let's come to the GitHub and let me click on this link. So you can see here deployment, what is the message I have given here, and it's got uploaded here. Now our project is uploaded on GitHub. Let's deploy this application. So for that, here I need to write npm run deploy, okay, and hit enter, okay. So what it is going to do basically, so it will create a build file for me, okay. After that it will deploy this application to this URL, okay. You can see here creating an optimized production build. As you can see here, it has been published, okay. So now let me go to GitHub and refresh this page, okay, and from here I can go to the setting, okay, and you can come to here. Can you see here GitHub page? Source is GitHub page. So if you are clicking on this link, you can see your application, right? And what is the path? This is the GitHub ID and this is your repository name, right? So let me add here, okay. Let me copy this one and open in Incognito mode and hit enter. You can see here this is deployed in GitHub right now, okay guys. So that's it for this video, and here this is going to be end of this to do application development series, okay. So do like, share and subscribe. See you in next video. Thank you.